fractal labs procedure has a broad clinical potential or utility. Vault Bio brought to the table not just commercial expertise, but a clinical regulatory framework, which allowed us to think through what actual indications are in play. And actually, it helped dictate where we're going from a clinical development standpoint and what indications we're ultimately going to look at.
As we began to think through the clinical, the regulatory, and the commercial pathway for us to the US market, we began to realize that we need to partner with a firm that can see around the corner, that can appreciate true innovation and then appreciate where that innovation can fit into a very complex and challenging regulatory and commercial marketplace. Vault has demonstrated capacity and capability to see innovation and to bring that innovation to market in a way that most companies just don't, because they think about how this fits into what exists in the world, whereas Vault really has a capacity to think about what could exist with the right market conditioning and positioning and then execution. They think strategically, but they also think theoretically about the direction that the field is going, what the core unmet needs are, and then they have a track record in bringing products to market, in thinking about how to position those markets, and then actually having to execute against those strategies. Having done it before, they can help you build a playbook for how to do it again.
Vault thinks about value differently. They understand that it's one thing to identify value, but it's a whole nother thing to capture it. The ability to be able to bridge that gap between the two is something very unique to Vault. Not only did they help with understanding the strategy, but they were able to help with the communication of the strategy, the capturing of the value through execution of the strategy, and really thinking longer term in a way that most firms do not.
We engaged Vault in a lifecycle management project from A to Z. So right from the start of the opportunity, the analysis of the opportunity, including the financial assessment right through to the end of the project. My experience with consultancy firms is they're focused on the project itself. Vault looks beyond the project to the overall long-term success of your brand. Often working with consultants, you find it's an application of theory of consultancy against your particular set of needs. It was clear very early on in our discussions, even before we were working together, that Vault had walked in our shoes, understood our area, understood the therapeutic area, our business, the dynamics of our organizations, and the requirements needed in order to pull a project like this through to the end. Vault was instrumental in helping us with the opportunity analysis within the project and the overall packaging of the proposal for final approval. It's not only that they can see the project through the lens of commercial, but they also have the expertise in regulatory, clinical development, lifecycle management, which very much helps us in terms of efficiency in a project like this, because we can eliminate some of the gaps that might otherwise occur when looking just through a single lens.